Good morning, everyone. It's Leanne. I'm here for another whip and chat, and I apologize if you're seeing shadows and glares. I mean, I've tried, I don't know what else to do. They got the lights on, which can create glare, but also shadows. See my shadows? Anyway, so hopefully it's not too bothersome for anybody. But anyway, good morning. It's morning here. I don't know what time it is here. Maybe 6:30. No, it's probably 7:15, something like that. Anyway, this is Diamonds and Doxies, and I'm glad you're here. I hope that you will consider subscribing. I try to put out diamond painting content. Not every day, but most, every other day probably, sometimes every day. And if you hear little tappy feet, that's my pups just came in from being outside. Anyway, and I hope you give this video a like, a thumbs up. It really does, it does my heart's algorithm good. I'm not even real sure what algorithm means, to be very, very honest with you. I probably should look that up and see, because I hear it used a lot, don't really understand it, don't know what it means, Anyway, but I'm glad you're here. I really am. And this is a whip and chat. And I always forget to say if you're new, because, there are people that are new to diamond painting. And a whip and chat is, a whip is a WIP, work in progress. I'm working on Gaia from Francesca Studio Works. And, but you can work on whatever. I mean, you don't have to work on anything. If you just want to just veg out and listen to the drone of my voice. Why you'd want to do that, I don't know, but I'm happy that to do so. So please, whatever you want to do, treat it as a podcast, work on a diamond painting, whatever makes you happy. It don't matter. A lot of times I can put this stuff on and, put on whip and chats, and then, I'm sorry, I'm shaking y'all. Put on whip and chats, and then I'll go start cleaning my house, or, whatever you're doing. It helps pass the time. So that's what I'm really here for. Anyway, today I'm using this pen, which is from Enabler's Outpost. I love this pen. It's the perfect size for my hand. I try whenever they put out small ones. They don't put out small ones very often, but when they do, I try to snag them. And this is definitely one of my favorites. I love the colors in it. Yeah, these are definitely my color schemes. Anyway, I've got a 8-placer the thin metal multi-placers from Diamond Art Club. And I've got my putty in there. And this putty is actually museum putty. Quake Cold is the brand. And I like it fine. I'm waiting. I've got other putties I could use, but I wanted to try this. And I'm waiting for Joy's putty to get here. I think it may be here today. And then I've got a single metal multi-placer, in which I use the micro glue dots. I've used 2 micro glue dots in the end of it. This is also from Diamond Art Club, and I just will never go back. My tray is from Yellow Dog Designs. It's the XL version 4. You can see Yellow Dog Designs. She's on Etsy, and I will link her shop down below. Yeah, I love her trays. They're great. This one's got the stopper like this. You can get different options. I know a lot of people don't like stoppers. I love stoppers because I shake, and invariably, I shake it to like this. So invariably drills will come out. So I always use my stopper. It's very important to me. I also have, just as a standby, because I like using it sometimes. This is a Diamond Art Club. This is the one that comes in their new kits, the tray that comes in their new kits. And it's got a lid. I don't have the lid here, but it too has a really nice stopper. And just to give you an idea of the height difference, they're very similar, very similar. So yeah, here's the bottom part. They're very similar. So yeah, these are great. And the lids, you can see how there's like the lid slides in there, and then it's got like a little lip here, and you can stack them, which for if you have real high confetti pieces, you can, because invariably I end up missing a color or two. And so you can say, well, you know what? I know that there's going to be more of those, and you can leave your drills in here, put the lid back on, set your, container on top, set it aside. And that way it's there. And then when you move on to your next section, just put it in. So I plan on collecting these is what is my point with all that. Now I'm using my art dots, storage containers. That's my favorite. Oh, and I do have some tweezers that came with Francesca Studios. Her tweezers come in her round and her square kits, and I love her tweezers. I'm going to give you an example. This is Diamond Art Club, and this is Francesca's, and you can see the difference in how they work. I mean, these are much harder. I have to press a lot harder, and these just take a very light touch. I love them. I use them all the time. A little trinket tray here is Sparkle Addiction Art, Angie. I think she has some more of these. When I last looked, I'll link her shop below. She's on Etsy. She's out of California. No, she's not. She's out of Canada. Gosh. I had CA in my mind. Anyway, and it's got a little magnet here. So, and please don't look at this and go, oh my gosh, all that's trash from this kit. No, not really. I empty this occasionally when it starts getting too full, but this will also have strays. Maybe a drill popped off, went flying somewhere and I find it later, or, I end up with drills all over the place. I just put it in there and call it good. So anyway, without further ado, I think that's about all I got on that. So I'm going to start. This looks like the 310, but it's not. It's 939, and I've learned that I don't care for 939 either. But anyway, but you see how I shape my tray? I get it all up there and all down there, and then I just start doing that. So I need the stopper. Some people don't, though. And when I'm starting a new section, if there's singles like this, I will come in and use the tweezers. Well, I was trying to say pliers. No, not pliers. Gosh, maybe I should have some more coffee. Anyway, it just helps. I can line them up super straight like this. And so I'll come in and figure out how I'm going, which way I'm going to go. But I'll come in and get all of the little singles. And yeah, I don't know, just gives me a good foundation for the next row, or because I do love the multi-place, and I feel like squares are just made to be multi-placed. They're just made for it. And the thin metal multi-placers for Diamond Art Club were absolutely designed for squares, in my opinion. Not so much, rounds, yeah, you can multi-place with them. I do, but I have to fiddle with them more than I do with squares. So, but I'll even, do this method with rounds. I'll use the tweezers, but the tweezers matter because, you see how I'm holding. It's like just a tiny little extension of my fingers. So I really like the Francesca's. So, and I know Diamond Art Club is doing away with theirs. And, but I heard, and I don't know if I heard it from Diamond Art Club or if I just, it's just, one of the rumor mills, that they're going to start selling better tweezers on their website, on Diamond Art Club. So I'll have to check those out if that's actually a thing. I don't know. You hear these things and they don't come to pass. So anyway, here's some more singles that I missed. Oh boy. So post-Hurricane Beryl, still a lot of people without power. God bless them. People are, reporting 90, 92 degrees inside their houses. And yeah, that's just horrific, for me, the older I get, the less I can handle heat. And you can't find any hotel rooms. If you find a hotel room close by that has power, they are completely booked because there's not that many. So a lot of people do have generators. I think a lot of people who don't have generators maybe haven't lived here that long, or, I mean, they're not cheap, that's for sure. And the thing about generators, you don't really think about getting one until you need one. Isn't that always the way it is? I mean, it's like, why would I spend that money now? I don't need it. I will just spend all that money and take it home, and it'll just sit in my garage. And yes, that's exactly what will happen. And it may be 3 or 4 years before you need to pull that bad boy out. But then you're like, oh, thank goodness. And that's kind of our situation. My son, who lives around the corner, he bought one, 3 years ago, I guess, he bought one. And we just used it for the first time with this hurricane. So I think he bought it. Oh, what was the name of that storm? It ended up hitting East Texas, and it didn't really affect us that much, but I don't remember the name. I want to say it was in 2020, and I don't remember the name of it. But anyway, he bought it for that, and we didn't need it. So, but it worked great. He had to pull on it a couple times, and bam, it started right up. So ultimately, I want to get a generator that will power the whole house. But it was nice to have the refrigerator and the freezer and some fans going with the one that he had. And then everybody just, brought their stuff over to my house. So, anyway, but there are still a lot of people without power, and God bless them. I know it's hard. Our area here is a newer area, and so the bulk of the power lines run underground. But, you still have to have power lines getting to those underground, right? So a lot of power lines are just down. I mean, they're in the street. Their poles are broken. So it takes time. I mean, it takes time. And the linemen are working 16-hour days. So they're busting their rumps trying. But, people start getting hot and frustrated, and understandably so. I've been there. We went with Hurricane Ike. We went 11 days without power, and yeah, I was a little cranky. And we ended up leaving. We found a hotel in, oh gosh, about 3-4 hours away, and we went and stayed for a couple of days and came back thinking, surely, surely the power is going to be on now. No, it wasn't. And it was just something so simple as this, just like this little doohickey, and I don't know what it's called, but all they had to do was flip it up, and we could see it dangling. It was like, just flip it. Where's the switch flipper? And finally, they did. We had power. And so I try to remind myself when I get impatient or upset, if I don't like my situation, and which happens a lot. I'm not a patient person. And I have to go, you know what? You have power. You have, even when we didn't have power, and I thought, well, it's going to be a long night of no power and loud generators and all of that good stuff. I was like, well, you know what? You're not sleeping in a tent. You've got a bed to sleep in. You have running water. You have the ability to cook food, because I have a gas cooktop. You're not roughing it, even though I was like, this is like the pioneer days. No, not really. Okay. So, you have to remind yourself, or I do. I have to remind myself, because I don't think I'm naturally a grateful person. And it's funny, because now at about this time of the game, people are now blaming the government, blaming our governor. And I'm like, okay, did you not see, did you go look at all? Because there are you know, trees on top of houses. There are power lines in people's yards. You know, they can't just go flip a switch and turn the power on to all these power lines until they get the ones that are down fixed. I mean, do you want someone to die so that you can have power? But, you know, I get it. People are frustrated, and, you know, they want to blame. They want to blame. And I get that, you know, but you know, everywhere, it's everywhere you live, there is no utopia, you know, there isn't. And, you know, there's some states have earthquakes and mudslides, some states have blizzards, some states have hurricanes, some states have tornadoes. You know, every state, every area has something they have to deal with. Wildfires, I mean, everybody has something. And, you know, I guess having lived here my entire life, I'm more like, well, I know what to do in the case of a hurricane. You know, I don't know what to do in the case of a blizzard. You know, and I certainly don't want ice, because you know, I'm on the Texas Gulf Coast. We do not know how to handle that. So, anyway, you know, it is what it is. Now, when we had that freeze and the power grid couldn't keep up, now there was a reason to demand some change. But, you know, this here is just an act of God. Or, you know, it's Mother Nature if you don't believe in God. So, but it is concerning in that this was a small storm. This was a small storm, but the effects of it were pretty major. So, I don't know. I hope that's it. But this is really early for us. I mean, this was an early season for us. We usually don't get hurricanes. Most of them are in August, end of August, into September. That's really our sweet spot. So it's like, dang, you know, we got a long time to go before I would say, well, we won't get another one. I mean, I hope we don't, but we've already had 2 named storms, and we've already gotten the effects of both. So, yeah. So, I don't know. But it's okay. It's okay. What the heck? Yeah, that one's got these 9-3 nuts. Excuse me, have like 3 10s. Have a lot of trash, and you can't, or you shouldn't, put down drills that have tabs on them, because you will not get your drill straight. They'll bump up against the next one. They'll throw one little tab will throw the whole painting off. So make sure you get those bad drills out. And sometimes I'll place drill. I'm like, why is this not working? And then I look closer, and it's like, oh, that one's messed up. So I'll have to dig stuff out so I can remove one drill. Because, you know, sometimes it's so harder to see on these darker colors too. You know, you have to kind of look at how it lines up in your tray. That's why also a good tray is important for multi-placing. These are things that I've learned from other YouTubers and just my own experience. But yeah, you want a tray that the drills line up nice. So, you know, and shake them as much as you need to get them to line up the way you want them to line up. I mean, if you're single placing, you don't necessarily want them to line up like this. What is that is in my tray? Let me get it out, because it's just going to keep bugging me. Some little, oh no. Well, this one don't belong, so let's, oh, there it is. It landed on top of the one that didn't belong. Thank you. See, get that out. See if I can get this out. Come on. Come on. There you go. So anyway, let's see. Is there anything new? Dogs are doing good. Oh, so I have not bought from Art and Soul yet. Art and Soul Diamonds. I mean, I've seen a lot of people review them and stuff. I just haven't bought anything. I've looked and it's like, So I haven't bought anything, but they are coming out on, let's see, 6th. They're coming out on Friday, tomorrow for me, and tomorrow for you if you're watching this when this comes out. A dachshund, a sugar skull dachshund. And my best friend, he has his dachshund is a cream color with some red spots. And it kind of looks like Maggie. So I'm going to do it. I've got a custom of her coming. I think it's supposed to come today from Jaded Gym Shop. Got a really good picture of her, and so I sent it off for a custom. I'm going to do it for him for his birthday, which is in November. But then this sugar skull dachshund, I was like, yeah, I mean, come on, it's a dachshund. So, yep, I'm like, well, there you go. There's going to be my first purchase from Art and Soul Diamonds. I'm excited about it, and I'm going to get squares. A lot of people said they liked the squares. They weren't gappy, so, you know. Because I do not like gappy drills. And you can get away with, that on a round. You cannot get away with that on a square. Or not, I just don't like it. Some people don't care. I don't like it. And I do have the mica powder, so I can do the mica method. But I'd rather just not. I would rather just not. So I'm excited about that. Have y'all bought any Art and Soul Diamonds yet? And shipping is included. Duties, taxes, all of that is supposed to be included. So, because when I first looked at them, I was like, gosh, they're kind of expensive. But everything's included. So, it isn't. I mean, it's the same price as everybody else. It's just all one price. So, yeah, that makes it better. All right, this one's sticking out. Oh, no, let me look at my drawer. I am definitely going to need more of those. Yep. Let's see. Oh, yeah, I got plenty of those. Okay. Oh, dear, and I did not bring any static guards, so let's see. Maybe I don't need any. Okay. Throw that in the trash. All right. I don't have too many drills, but that's okay. Dash key. So far, Diamond Art Club hasn't put anything out that I have to have. Although, I got a thing, I guess because I had ordered in the past from the Home Shopping Network for Diamond Art Club. And I got a text that said, all these new Diamond Art Club stuff. So they had a few signs and, off the canvas type of things. And I was like, yes, please. So I'm a sucker for that kind of stuff, y'all. So many Christmas things. I bought them. I'm like, well, here we go. But I don't consider those canvases, because they're so tiny. I do have to, I'm on my last month of my calendar, so at some point this month I need to take my calendar off my fridge and get my drills and finish it out for the rest of the year. So that'll be fun. I hope they offer another calendar. I really enjoyed this one. I hope they do. I've been enjoying it, having it on my refrigerator. Because I keep a calendar on my refrigerator regardless. So it was nice to have that one. You know, I think one of my favorite colors is 666. I love red. My favorite colors are red, blue. Yeah, I like those. Not, you know, I know a lot of people are pink and purple. I am not. I am not. I do love fall colors. In fact, before this house, I had painted, you know, several rooms in my house because it was just, everything was white, and I am not just a plain old white. The walls here, the builder painted them like a grayish, so it's better than white. But anyway, it was funny because my house, it was like, all right, I'm going to decorate for fall, and I look around and I'm like, yeah, pretty much everything I've got is fall. The hard part was decorating for spring. It was like, yeah, there's nothing in this house that is springy. Everything here is fallish. So I definitely lean towards those colors. So my car is blue. Yeah, my bedroom is blue. This has got a lot of blue. So, yeah. Sometimes I feel like I'm the only one who doesn't just love the color pink. I don't even, I'm trying to think, I don't think I even have like a pink shirt or, you know, anything pink or purple. I don't think I do. Clothing wise, I don't think so. Now, when I was a kid, when I was little, heck yeah, I loved mostly purple. You know, a lot of that was because of Donny Osmond, but I loved me some purple. My bike had purple. Well, I had, you know, it was mostly purple. The basket on the front was white with purple flowers. I mean, you know, it was purple, purple. I had some purple hot pants, which were just shorts. But, you know, they call them hot pants. They were short shorts. Not as short as some of these girls I see, but they were short. Looks like it's going to be a sunny day. It's clear blue skies here. It's funny because I see people posting like in California, like it is so hot here. And it is. I mean, it's, you know, like 100 in the hundreds. But then I look at their lows, and their lows are like 59, 63. And I'm like, what is that like? You know, when the sun goes down, like that must be nice because it does not get below 80s here. I mean, and that's about that time when that happens, it's like, you know, 3 a.m. You know, it looks like the sun goes down and it gets cooler, and it's like, that must be nice. You know, at least you could, if you were without power, which you would suffocate during the day for sure, but at night you could open your windows. Here, yeah, no. We're not made for opening our windows. These poor people, you know, I don't know. I feel like there should be an incentive for people to have a generator. But, you know, some people have hurt themselves because, you know, they don't know how to use a generator. And you know, I'm going to go ahead and throw myself in there because when we had the generator going, I had it outside of my garage door, and my garage is attached, and I had the fan going, and I think it was coming up into the, and I couldn't shut the door that goes from the garage into my house all the way because there were electrical wires. You know, I had extension cords running, so it wouldn't shut all the way. And I was like, oh no. I mean, I could smell the exhaust, and I'm like, no, this isn't right. So I went out there and shut it off, and you know, sure enough, I think I was creating like a vacuum or like I guess like a chimney effect, you know, where it was coming through the garage, you know, and so we moved it further away. And then I read that, you know, it needed to be, you know, 20 feet from, and it was not 20 feet away. So, yeah. I was like, well, that wasn't any good. So I can see where, you know, that could happen if you put it out right, you know, right outside of your window. And, you know, yeah. So that's, you know, that's scary, really. It was scary for me. I was like, okay, you know, no way, no. And then we did have a house that, you know, had an electrical, well, they had a fire. Fortunately, not much damage was done because the generator, I guess, exploded because, you know, it ran out of gasoline because most of them are gasoline powered. I'm going to have to change out this putty. And it run out of gasoline, so the people went out there to, you know, put more gasoline in it, and they didn't let it cool off. And of course, it's hot, you know, so yeah, it sparked a fire, and yeah, not good. You know, having to change out putty and all that, it reminds me of having to get gasoline when you want to go somewhere. It's like, oh, I just want to go somewhere. I don't want to have to stop and fill up gasoline. That's how I am about putty. It's like, I just want a diamond paint. So, one of these days, I'm going to, look at that, that's terrible. One of these days, I'm going to try the Alien putty. One of these days. Oh, come on. So currently, well, maybe now, we'll go look today, but there's no frozen foods to be had at the grocery stores. You know, that is something that I will always be amazed at. Why grocery stores don't have those big ass generators, you know, the kinds that runs the whole store. Maybe it's cheaper just to pay for insurance. I know there's not a lot of markup in groceries, so, you know, not a lot of profit margin. So I don't know if it's cheaper for them to file a loss with their insurance company and move on. But gosh, it just seems like you could run a generator and have all the supplies, and then people could, you know, it would benefit everybody. It'd benefit the grocery store, but it would also benefit the consumer. So I don't understand. And then somebody was saying that a hospital was without power and their generators only was enough to keep IV bags running and stuff. And I'm like, why? You know, I mean, why? Why is that? Why can't you have generators that, you know, power the whole thing? I mean, now I know they make money. So, I mean, that's people's health. So, I don't understand. No one should be in the hospital without air conditioning, you know, especially because of loss of power. There should be power. I mean, yeah, I don't understand. But there's a lot of things I don't understand. I'm not a very smart person, so I don't know. I don't know why. Nobody asked me. But it just seems like it would be, yeah, a no-brainer. I mean, like the fire station, one of the fire stations was without power. And it's like, why? Don't we, you know, isn't that something important? You know, shouldn't, you know, things that affect people, you know, shouldn't that be job number one? I don't know. Cannot say. You know, and it may have something to do with power lines. I do know that I've heard them say, because some people will rig up their generator to their house and it energizes the system, the grid. And, you know, it's dangerous for the lineman then to be working on a line that they think is dead, but it's got electricity. I know there's something to do with the solar as well. Like, you know, if you're just using solar to lower your electricity bills, then when everybody loses power, you lose power, because you would think, well, you got solar, you have power. Well, not necessarily, not unless you're storing your power in battery banks, because it's dangerous. And I'm not real clear on how all that works. I'm certainly not an electrician. All I know is how to turn on a switch. But you know, it just seems like maybe that's it. Maybe they're afraid that, you know, I don't know. I'm sure there's a good reason. I just don't know what it is. If you know what it is, let me know, because I would love to know. I would love to know. Oh dear, there's another one with a tab on it. So one of our favorite Mexican food places, they've been without power, but they got power last night, so they will be open today. And our plan is to go there for lunch. So, so that will be good. We went to our favorite Asian food or Vietnamese food yesterday. Oh, one thing about me is I'm not going to miss any meals. I should. Wouldn't hurt. It certainly would not hurt. Oh, did I tell y'all that I signed up for the Richmond, Virginia, what's it called? It's in Richmond, Virginia, anyway. It's a retreat. I want to say it's like RVA, but God, I think I keep shaking y'all. But I can't remember. Anyway, I did. I paid my deposit and everything. So, yeah, it's official. It's official. I am signed up for a retreat. So, yep. 2025. I am stepping out of my comfort zone. This was stepping out of my comfort zone, and I will be stepping out of my comfort zone in 2025. So if y'all are going, let me know. I know a couple of y'all are. I've already said so. So I'm excited to meet people, you know. I mean, put a face to a name. So, and that was really, you know, one of the reasons why I started this channel. I was like, I would like to find a community, because I'm really, like I've said, I'm alone here as far as, you know, I don't know anybody that diamond paints. So it's not like I can go, hey, what are you working on? What are you doing? Blah, 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 you know, or even get together with them to diamond paint. So I kind of feel like I'm diamond painting with y'all, and that's cool. So yeah, I don't know. Will I do more retreats? Possibly. I've signed up on the waiting list for the is it the Lone Star retreat? Anyway, one in Texas. I've signed up for the waiting list. I think that's the one I signed up for the waiting list. Because, you know, it would be nice to do one in Texas, since how I live in Texas. As it is, I'll fly to Virginia. I mean, I don't mind a road trip driving, but I don't want to, you know, I think I could fly there easier than driving. I'd have to look to see how far it is from my home, but I don't like to drive more than 6 hours. I just don't. It's, I get tired. I get frustrated because it's like I want out of this trap. My butt starts hurting, you know, and yeah, I don't know how safe it is to travel that far from home by myself. I'm sure it's fine, but you know, sometimes you have to stop in some areas that are just a little on the shady side. And what if, you know, my car broke down? I mean, it could happen. I mean, probably would be fine, but cars break down. I mean, mechanical things break. That's just how that works. So, yeah, I'll probably fly. I will probably fly. Which is a hassle. Flying is a hassle. But, you know, I'm glad to do it. I've got airline miles, so. The thing is I'll have to see, would I rent a car or would I Uber? I might rent a car, because then, you know, what if something happens? What if I don't feel good, or, you know, oh, look, Leeann, look at all these here you've got. Thinking you're done. You know, what if, I don't know, I bump my head and I need to go to urgent care, or, you know, I wake up at 2 a.m. and I don't know, I got the munchies or something. Whatever. You know, maybe, excuse me, maybe I need to do something. It is nice to have a car. I probably wouldn't use it. Probably be a waste of money to be sitting there for that long, but I might. And so, yeah, I probably will rent a car. Yeah, now that I've talked it out loud, put it out there in the universe, I think that I will. But I am excited about this one because you can get your own room. And, you know, it's a hotel. So, yeah, you can get your own room. And I like that. I like that a lot. So, and then, you know, that'll help me get my feet wet. And then if I go, you know what? This was nowhere near as taxing on the old anxiety as I thought it was going to be, then the next time I'd be like, yeah, I can stay in a room with somebody else. Not a problem. So, yeah. And I would like to go on the cruise that Tim and Carrie are having. They're going to do another one. So they said last night on their live that they're going to do several of them. So that's awesome. And so, you know, maybe at some point I'll go, yeah, I can stay in a room with this person, or, you know, I'll be happy to travel with this person, you know, because if you're solo, cruising is expensive. It's expensive. So, yeah. But if you're two people, it's much better. It just doesn't make sense for going solo. And I get it. I mean, you know, they're there to make money. So, you know, you're taking up that space regardless of how many people are in that room. So, yeah. And generally speaking, you know, people can find someone to go on a cruise with them. Generally speaking. Okay, let's see. I am finished with that color. You know, I keep thinking that I need to put a clock in here because my phone is, well, right there, and I can't see it, and it doesn't have a time on it anyways because it's recording. But do I? No, I don't. No, I don't. But I feel like I've been talking for a while. But we'll do another color. Typical diamond painter, right? Just one more color. Just one more section. Just yeah, one more symbol. That's all I'm asking. Just one more. I'm almost done. Put you right there. Put you right there. Goodness. I wonder what I'm going to have for lunch. You know, the thing is, I will start thinking about it, and then I will get starving. And it's not even close to time to eat. Not even close. you know, maybe y'all can answer a question for me. So, because, you know, I'm really not, I'm not horrible at technology, but there's just some things I don't understand. And one of them is internet. So, my TVs, or my Apple TV, I should say, I have 2 Apple TVs that are hooked to my big TVs and the boxes. And when I had this house built, I had them run Ethernet cables so that my Apple TV is connected directly to my modem. I guess it's the modem, the router. I don't know. I mean, there again, I'm not real sure what's what. I know I got one of each, but I don't know what's what. Anyway, so last night I went to, you know, got in my bed, and I like to watch YouTube on my big TV. I'm in bed, and it said I had no internet, and I'm like, what? I was just on internet, you know, on Wi-Fi. So I went and got my iPad, which is connected to Wi-Fi. No problem. I was able to lay in bed and watch, you know, YouTube on my iPad in bed. Fine, that's great. I love that. But what I don't understand is, how can I have Wi-Fi and not have internet? That makes 0 sense to me. Do you know? Because I mean, how can that be? I mean, in hindsight, it's like, well, I should have then, my Apple TV should be hooked up to Wi-Fi, right? I don't know. Maybe I should try that and see. I mean, I even restarted my Apple TV box, and yeah, still had the same problem. And it wasn't just YouTube. I tried all of them, you know, Netflix, Hulu, Prime, and it was all the same. No internet. Like, well, how do I have Wi-Fi? Isn't the same box that it's hooked to? I don't know. Maybe it is my router. Huh. Because if it's all plugged into my router, it could be. Maybe my router's fried. Man, that would suck. But with all the power surges and everything, it wouldn't surprise me. Because my security cameras still don't work. I probably shouldn't put that out there in the universe, but I mean, they got power. They're just not recording. My Ring doorbell is, though. And it's directly connected to the internet, too. I have it hardwired, or Ethernet. I have Ethernet. I don't know. I don't know. Part of me is like, you know, I want to hire somebody, like a consultant or something, you know, to go, okay, here's what I want, internet-wise. Here's what I want. Here's what I need. And can you make that happen? You know, just make it happen. Just make it happen. Wave a wand or something and make it happen. I mean, I wonder how long it's going to take me to upload this video. Sometimes, I mean, one time I couldn't upload a video to save my soul. It was like, okay, you know, it started out, it's going to be an hour and a half. Now it's going to be 2.5. Now it's going to be 3.5. I'm like, what in the heck? You know, it's a 20-minute video. What in the ever-loving heck is going on? So, you know, I bet it is my router. Wonder who you call about that kind of stuff. You know, like, there's got to be companies that do that. I mean, businesses do it all the time. Surely there's somebody that does that for, you know, just regular residential. I don't know. I really don't want to have to change out this putty right now. But, you know what? We'll use this one. We'll use this one. See if this one's putty's a little better. Not much. Not much, Leeann. You're going to have to change out your putty whether you want to or not. Yep, this one's not working either, so. Let's see if we can refresh it a little bit. And just take the, and I hope y'all got enough light to see. If you're seeing, if you're watching, I hope you do. Because it doesn't look like it. I am over halfway done, y'all, with this. And I'm anxious. This is about the time on all diamond paintings that I'm like, okay, ready to be done. You know, at first I'm like, oh, look, a new kit. Oh, look at it coming together. Oh, look, 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 look. And then about, you know, the midway mark, I'm like, okay, I'm ready to move on. Yes, let's move on. I'm ready to start something new. And that's where those little snacky kits come in handy because, you know, it's like, yep, started and finished in, you know, a couple of days or a day, whatever. You know, sometimes it's just nice to have a completion. It's so satisfying to me. That is my favorite part of diamond painting. Or I have two favorite parts, the beginning and the end. Those are my favorite parts. Do not like kitting up. Now, I say I don't like kitting up. I don't mind it if there's no static. Static is a killer. And then I just want to throw it all in the trash and stomp off and go suck my thumb. But if there's no static, it's, you know, it's pretty fast. But no static is the exception, not the rules. So, don't really like kitting up. And I don't like kitting down. Because I think it's because I'm so ready to, it's like, okay, no, I just want to, I don't mind kitting down if I'm just going to, you know, putting the drills in a big old jar to toss later. Because that's what I do with anything that's non-quality drills. And I don't save my rounds anymore. I do have some rounds saved, but I'm not saving them anymore. So those I don't mind kitting down. It's just a matter of, you know, emptying out the jars and tossing peeling off the little sticker and moving on my merry way. That takes just a few minutes. So. Oops. Oh, let me see. What do I have? This is Thursday. I have nothing planned for this weekend. I'm thinking about doing a stash video. Maybe that will guilt me into not buying anything for a while. Ugh. I have so many. It's like I don't even know how I would begin. You know? First of all, I have to organize the room they're in because they're all over the place, so I'd have to organize them. Maybe I could put together not an in-depth stash video. I don't think anybody wants to see that nonsense. But if you do, let me know. If you do, let me know. That drill's no bueno. Up there. So, I don't know. I know I like to see people's stashes, and I also like to see their workspace, their crafting space. So I thought I might do just a short, or a reel on Instagram or something like that. Because I have two spaces. I have one in the front of my house, which is my study, and then the other one's in the back of the house, which is my bedroom. So, and that all started because I ended up having more than one WIP. I was like, oh no, I've got to have another place to work. And honestly, I was like, I'm just going to buy this table from Home Depot that's adjustable and not electric or anything, much cheaper than the one I have in my bedroom, and I'm like, I think I might like it better. So, and I mean, it was half the price. And the one I have in my bedroom was not expensive. It's electric. And it's bigger than this. Well, it's deeper. I don't know about lengthwise, but it's, you know, I think it is a bigger desk all around. And I didn't pay a lot. I mean, compared to the prices I saw online, I got it at America's Furniture Warehouse, so it wasn't bad. But yeah. And what's funny is I bought a gaming chair for in there because, well, now I needed another chair. And I was like, you know, everybody talks about these gaming chairs. So I'm going to get one of those, and I'll move my old chair that I used at my quilt, you know, to quilt with. Get out of there. In the study. Y'all, I like my sewing chair much better. That gaming chair is hard. I don't like it. I don't like it at all, but I'm going to use it because, well, I paid $500-something for it. I mean, geez Louise. So, but yeah, that wasn't a great investment. But by golly, I'm going to use it. All right, everyone. I think I'm going to call this video done. Tired of sitting here. One of these days, I'd like to start a section and finish a section, but I think that would, you know, be like a 3-hour video. I don't know. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get off of here and go begin my day. And I will see you in the next video. I hope that you enjoyed this video. And if you did, I hope you give it a thumbs up. I hope you'll subscribe, turn on your notifications so that you don't miss any videos if you enjoy them. And, you know, feel free to share my channel with anybody you think might enjoy it as well. All right, y'all. I'll see you next time. Have a good day. Bye.